All right, here we go, David.
Okay,
Hey guys, welcome. This is another video, another website audit by Droyer Websites. I'm Jonas. This is David Eicher, and he's an intern working with us, looking to start his own branch of Droyer Websites in the future. But we have another website audit for you, and we're going to go through this video, show you how we audit a website. Look what is good, what could be better. A friend of mine asked me to do this website, Eli from Green Quest Roofing, and we're going to do this one today. So this is a Wix website that he built himself, and he's looking for feedback. There we go. Looking for feedback on what he can do to improve this site. So first thing, let's talk a little bit about design. First thing I notice on a desktop, Eli, is the header area up here does not scroll up or doesn't minimize when you scroll. So that is about almost a third of my computer screen here is staying at the top with the header. It's not scrolling. So I would normally, if you have a sticky header, which is very common nowadays, as you start scrolling on a desktop, it should get smaller so it's not covering as much of the screen. Second of all, I think I would put my logo up here in the header, if possible. I'm not that familiar with Wix and how you edit with Wix. We always use WordPress, but I'm sure there should be a way to get the logo up into the header if possible. It should be possible to do that.
you've got part of the logos cut off on the left-hand side.
Yeah, and part of the logo is cut off here too, and that could be possibly because I'm using a smaller laptop here. I'm not sure. A bigger one, it probably doesn't. I'm not sure, but a small one, it does cut off. Second of all, coming down here, we've got way too much text without having it broken up. Now you have some sub-headlines in here, which is good, but I would mix in a few more pictures or something in here, or go into a new section or whatever. Because if you look at that from a phone, let me show you, come back here to the other screen. Look at it from a phone, if you can see this, when you get past that picture, it's a long time before you get to another picture. So way too much text before you break it up again with an image or a section or something, in my opinion. Most people scroll nowadays, and also more people are going to look at your website from a phone than they are from a computer. Right now we're at about 65% mobile users on our website versus tablet or desktop. About section, I didn't go through and read it, but it looks pretty decent. This picture looks slightly blurry maybe, so might want to...
Could the text be maybe a little bit bigger? I'm just looking at it. And
it could. Either your text is a little smaller, then it's my computer as well. Font size, I always like to use 17 or 18 on a paragraph font size. Makes it much easier to read, just an FYI. Your map here, just if you hit contact up here, let's go to about first, okay? So about scrolls automatically to that. Then contact scrolls here, but we see nothing but contact and the map. So if I were you, I would actually have contact scroll to here. Would make a little bit more sense, and you actually see the contact information instead of the map. Either that or put your map below the contact information. That would probably take care of it as well. Really love this. This is awesome. I'm not sure what service you're using for this, but if somebody owes you some money, that's a great place to make the payment. That's awesome. One thing as far as a technical thing here, your chat, which you're using Tidio, we've used Tidio as well, which is kind of cool. The only thing is you're not getting their email address or phone number or anything when they chat with you here. So you might want to consider turning that on to where it requires an email address or something in order to chat. That way, if you're not available, you can get back with them via email later, email or phone. So that's that. I mean, that's about all I have for design. Um, I would probably, yeah, put my logo up here, maybe move the phone number a little somewhere else or something. Reviews, yeah, pretty good. I mean, not bad. You don't have any stars or any pictures of the person or the job. It could be something you might want to consider. So let's go back here. Now let's do some technical analysis here. Let's grab this link. First thing I did is I wanted to test and see if it is mobile friendly. So let's go back. If you go to this link, actually I'm gonna, Eli agreed that we can use this video for putting it on our YouTube channel or website or wherever for marketing purposes to show people how we audit a website, what we're looking for, and what you can do to improve your website, right? So I'm gonna put the links to all these different sites, these different tools that we're gonna be using. Put these in either the description of the video if this video is on YouTube, or on the blog post if you're watching this on our blog. But the Google test for mobile friendliness or mobile responsiveness, go to search.google.com/test/mobile friendly. Oh, it wants to know if I can recognize motorcycles. Yes, we can. All right, try this. So it's going to analyze that, and then we're also going to plug it into a couple other sites. One being SiteLiner. This would be siteliner.com. I'll plug it in there. Let's run that or start that while the mobile one is finishing up. This one is report is ready. It's going to show there's only one normal page. There's 0 duplicate content. Page size, average page size is 74 KB. The median for all other sites is 62. So you're a little bit above average on page size, which is fine. That's fine. Page load time, average page load time is 178 milliseconds. Median for all other sites is 795. Is longer than 6% of all other sites. No, that's a little weird because the next. Anyway, if you have a larger website, this tool right here will definitely be very helpful for numerous things. Otherwise, since it's mainly one main page on this site, it's not a lot of useful information specifically for this site. Let's go back to mobile friendly. It does say it is mobile friendly, which is awesome. I noticed that on my phone. But one thing I did notice is normally if you resize a computer down to, let me get rid of this or downsize that one. Normally if you resize here, like down to a tablet or a phone size, it would automatically resize, and for some reason it doesn't do that. But if I look at it on my phone, it's totally fine. So I'm not sure, is that a Wix deal or is it a theme deal or what, but something is a little funky there. Like for example, if we go back to this site, let me resize this. Notice how it turns into the phone's view of it. You know, for some reason it's not letting me scroll. It turns 2 columns into 1 column, you know, everything like that, like it's supposed to. So, not sure what's going on there, but it does say it is mobile friendly, so you should be good to go there. All right, SiteLiner's done. Let's go to GTmetrix. GTmetrix.com. Again, I'll put the link in the description for this one as well. And we're just going to analyze that. And this is going to look for a lot of different, it's going to look at page load time, fully loaded time, technical things that could be improved on your site to improve page load time, things like that. And then there's one more tool after this. While this is loading, we're going to go to Ahrefs. Now this is a paid service that I use to check the ranking factors of a site, how the search engines are using the site. Let's go back to GT metrics, do that one first. So here, interesting. So we have a page speed score, a Y slow score. If you hover over these little arrows, it shows you what the average is on the internet. Right now, the average here is 72%. Eli, you're at a 65, so your page load speed is a little bit slow, below average. Y slow score, 70, and you're at a 62. You got a D on both. I've definitely seen worse, but there's some things you can do to improve it. Now this does surprise me a little bit. It says it takes 16.7 seconds till fully loaded. I checked this earlier before we started this video, and it was not that long, but it was well above average. So part of that is probably because of the page size and the request. There's 173 requests. It's a little bit above average there, and that's probably why it's a little slow. But here's what you can do to fix that. You can it'll tell you optimize images. You have an F. You know, it's a high priority, and if you look at all these links, those are the links to the pictures that you should optimize. And over here, if you look closely in these, like that one right there, it would say you can do an 89% reduction. There's a 90% reduction, 54% reduction by optimizing that image. Meaning, like most of the time, all you have to do is resize the image to the size it needs to be on the site. So if you're loading a 4,000 pixel image onto the site and displaying it as a 500 pixel image, that is going to slow down your website. So if you resize the image and optimize it and have it 500 pixels when you upload it, now you show it at 500 pixels, boom, you're optimized. You just optimized that image. Some of the rest of this stuff is going to be a little technical, probably not going to understand all of it. But the one I probably the most is browser caching. That you can't always do all of this. If you look at it, some of these links, it's Google Analytics, Google API, stuff like that. And those are hard to cache, but the rest of them, if I look at those, I believe those are Wix links. So browser caching is probably not totally set correctly. Minimize request size. Again, this looks like your fonts are coming from Google Fonts. Tidio is doing a request. Tidio chat. There's a frog.wix.com, whatever that is. Again, I'm not that familiar. Maps, Google Maps. Not that familiar with Wix, but if you go through these, look at them, surf scale images. There's a couple images that need to be done, 36% reduction by doing these. Looks like 2 images that could be redone there. And obviously, if you have an A, this means that you're a good score on that one. But anything that's a B or worse, if you go through this and click on it, and it'll tell you what you can do to improve it. Now, again, like I said, there's a few external services that it might be pulling in. Like if it's pulling in a Google map, there's only so many things you can do to improve that. But by doing everything you can definitely improve your page load time. And Google will basically, this will affect, slow page load time will affect your rankings on Google. Google will penalize you if you have a slow loading website. So you definitely want to improve that if possible. All right, let's go over to Ahrefs. This is, again, like I said, our ranking tool, our checking for backlinks, referring domains, organic keywords, traffic value. Now, I have no idea how long this website has been up. I don't know. I didn't ask Eli. But if it's a brand new site or fairly new, this is definitely not horrible. But if once it's up for a while, you want to, if you're looking to have traffic from Google, from search engines, then you definitely want to keep an eye on this. The lower the number here, the better. This is the overall rankings, Ahrefs rank of all the sites on the internet. And this is, determined. The website with the strongest backlink profile is ranked #1. That would be facebook.com normally. Anyway, these two numbers go from 0 to 100, so the higher the better, the closer to 100 the better. And we've got a 12 and a 0.3 here for domain rating and the URL rating. 35 backlinks. That's links on other websites pointing to your website. You can look at that as votes, basically. They've got 35 places somebody's voting for your website. And those are all on 7 different domain names, 7 different domains. Ranking for 20 organic keywords currently. Let's click on those, and it'll show us what we're ranking for. Quest Roofing, United Restorations, United Roofers, Up on the Roof LLC. Interesting. Roofers in Roanoke, Virginia. Did I say that name right? Roanoke, is that right?
So, yes.
Okay. House for sale in Floyd, Virginia, Quest Restoration. And it shows the position. So it looks like you're not on any of the first pages yet, Eli. You're on position 18 for Quest Roofing, according to this. Now, this is not always 100% accurate, but it's close. And then if you go to backlinks, it'll show you where the backlinks are coming from. Looks like one of them is the Floyd, Virginia Chamber of Commerce, building contract, yellowpagecity.com, basically. Yellow Page City, Dex Knows, American Towns, City Squares, blah, blah, blah. This is anybody that has access to Ahrefs or buys a subscription to it. I think I'm paying $180 a month for this tool, I believe, something like that. But we use it all the time for all the sites we do SEO for, so it's definitely worth it for us to get it and use it. So anyway, I believe that is your analysis that we normally do. Biggest thing I would do is go through these, improve your page load speed time. Again, and also some of the fully loaded page time, loaded speed, whatever, can be affected by the hosting you're using. But since it's a Wix website, I'm assuming it's all hosted on Wix. Wix has their own hosting, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, there's probably not too much you can do there if you're using Wix. But on other websites, just FYI, if you're using WordPress or something else, your hosting can affect this as well. Now, this is not always 17.6. This will, if you retest a few times, it'll probably vary a little bit on the fully loaded. And also, don't be too scared on that fully loaded number, because as long as the top part of the website is loading faster, within 3 seconds, you want it to get to 3 seconds or less, and the top part is loading faster than the bottom, you're usually good. As long as people can start reading it, reloading it, retesting it, it goes to 9 seconds. So that definitely varies according to maybe the time of day, or I don't know. And this is also, notice it's testing from Vancouver, Canada. So that'll vary depending on where you test from, whether it's, I don't know where your servers are at. The closer you test to where the servers are at, the faster it will load. If you log in, if you get a GT Metrics account and you log in, you can actually change that test location to, New York or Chicago maybe, or I forget there's a couple options in the United States or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much pretty much covers the audit of the site. Hopefully this is helpful for you, Eli, and anybody else that's watching this. You've been able to learn something here. And if you need an audit or want an audit for your website, send it over to us. Or if you see this on my blog, you should see down below somewhere a place where you can request an audit for your own site as well. So that should pretty much cover it, unless I forgot something, David. I think that's it. Have you learned anything?
I've definitely learned a lot.
Okay, awesome deal. Again, Jonas from Troy Websites, David Eicher, who's looking to own a division of Troy Websites in the near future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.